Let me ask you first of all about Verizon and the iPhone. What is happening, if anything? What is the status?
No one ever asks that question. So no plans to carry the iPhone in the immediate future, but you got to look at the incredible excitement around the Android devices. And every day I see another comparison head to head of the device like the HTC Droid Incredible, which is outperforming just about everything else out there. Not just based on the hardware, but based on the network experience and the reliability of the network, the signal coverage of the network. There's such incredible innovation that's being brought to bear on both Android applications and how quickly they're growing, and also the devices and the capabilities in the devices. I think Verizon Wireless has 5 Android devices now. We'll have even more in the next couple of months. And so the open development environment and the fact that that you're on a reliable network really has a powerful combination.
Now, I know you don't want people to wait around, but there's always new devices coming out. In the future, what kind of functionality will we see in the newer devices?
Well,
this year, let's say.
I think video is kind of the brave new world, and I think we're still in the Wild West days of video with different formats and codecs. So I think the devices that you'll begin to see, especially as we launch our 4th generation LTE network, you'll be seeing video being much easier to use, greater compatibility between formats and devices. I think you're going to see people originating video and doing two-way video conferencing as well on 4G.
Tell us about 4G. How will it roll out? Where will we see it? In what form?
Verizon Wireless is going to roll out 4G in between 25 and 30 commercial launch markets this year. Later this year, late 3rd quarter, early 4th quarter, we'll detail those markets. And then over the next couple of years, we're building out our entire nationwide network, coast to coast, on a block of spectrum that's at 700 megahertz. And that's important because the lower that you are in the frequency range, the better characteristics the signal has in terms of being able to reach a long distance and penetrate into buildings for in-building coverage.
Okay, so tell us, but they're not in devices. Where will these, this so-called 4G technology be used by consumers?
They'll be in handsets and in devices very soon. The first devices that we'll offer will most likely be wireless modems, air cards, and the like, modules built into PCs. But I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing some handsets and other types of devices being announced very early next year.
Okay, so tell us about the need for 4G. I mean, and you guys have a pretty decent network. What is the need? What is the functionality? What do you think the value is in 4G? You're making a big investment. What's the payoff for the consumers?
Well, I think the payoff is, well, there's several things really. You'll be able to get service in more places because of the characteristics both of the signal at 700 megahertz and the spectrum, which I would liken to beachfront property, an unbroken block coast to coast at 700 megahertz. And you're also going to see much faster throughput, so 10 times the speeds that you're used to on a 3G wireless network. And when you do that, then you're getting into the realm of real-time communication. So real-time collaboration over wireless networks for gaming, for two-way video conferencing, and for all those things that require a whole lot of bandwidth.
Great. Well, thanks, John. Great to see you.
Great to see you, Andy.
We're doing a spec and we're doing that. That means.
Yeah, in fact, actually, Aaron, I think what we should do is start with everything. We're going to say, if you want